Hello and welcome to the Fun Going Fast channel, and in today's video let's talk about 5 perfect types of trails for the Yamaha Raptor 700R. Type number 1, parade riding. If you ride occasionally with family members who aren't experienced, or with small children, or in large groups that are out more for the scenery than for the thrills, the Raptor will do just fine. Thanks to that low end torque and lower gearing, you can putt along easily in first or second gear at low speed with no issues. Whereas on a more aggressive 450 race quad, you'll be hiccuping and stalling. The Raptor can purr along and has no problems lugging, so you can stay at a relaxed pace with a larger group or with novice riders with no issues. Number 2, motocross. The Raptor may not be as light as a 450 race quad, but it's still a lot of fun on an MX track, especially with an extended rear axle. That low-end torque makes it a breeze to break traction as needed to power slide around the curves, but it still has plenty of controlled traction for acceleration, and that 700 thumper means you're never in the wrong gear to accelerate over jumps or power down the straights. The suspension soaks up reasonably sized jumps with ease. It flies in a very neutral manner, and the ergonomics are just aggressive enough that you can move around the quad as you need, and it has plenty of braking power and good solid handling. Trail type number 3, sand and dunes. And I have to admit, I've never ridden a Raptor in the sand since I'm based out of Northwest North Carolina, but I hear and read plenty about how capable the Raptor is in the dunes. There's no shortage of videos of folks enjoying the Raptors in the sand dunes, and that big motor and high horsepower are a great fit for this terrain. Number 4, East Coast, more technical trails. The Raptor is an amazing machine for East Coast trails. These are trails that are narrow double track with plenty of elevation changes, sharp turns, small rocks and roots, an occasional jump, and a mix of mud or loose dirt and dust depending on how much it rained or didn't rain. This is where and how I do most of my riding, and it's where the Raptor really excels and accelerates. Again, that torque is always the answer. Jab that throttle every chance you get and you're up and over any hill climb or jump before you know it. You can easily lug it in first gear if the trail or hill climb suddenly gets more technical and high speed is no longer an option. The suspension is also perfect and really dialed in for this type of terrain and riding. The suspension just soaks up everything and reduces the amount of fatigue you would experience on a more aggressively set up race quad. And let's not forget having reverse when you need it to turn around in a tight spot or to load up or unload after a long day of riding. And number 5, surprisingly, is the highway. There are a few places where riding on the highway is legal in the United States. Connections from the different Hatfield and McCoy trails come to mind. Remember, you should always obey local laws, rules, and regulations. But if you do live in a place where you can legally ride your Raptor on the highway, it is surprisingly a lot of fun. It handles well on the pavement and in the curves with a little bit of body English. And of course, the big motor and power make the straights interesting as well. So, if you're considering a Raptor 700, unless you plan to do deep mudding or major rock crawling, it can easily handle about any other types of terrain you might come across with ease and a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.